David, you know too much information. You know so much information. I had no idea any of that. I was just excited. Because our friend Pascal is in it. And then I'm reading this and I'm going, wait, for real? All of this? This game's done this a couple times where it's referenced stuff that you guys have been like, oh, here's information. Just so you know where this is coming from. And I love it. Just so you know. I'm like a zombie today. I'm really hoping that my brain is ready for the intensity that is going to be this game. I'm really, really hoping. Look at this fucking picture. It's a little bit intense. Let's hope that you can see it. Look at that. It looks like the apocalypse. So, I like your reference. It looks like a friggin' apocalypse. Just got done putting together your new backup character? Looks like a fucking lynching, right? Well, like, so in the top, hold on, can I do this let's do this from the screen. In the top, there's like this fucking, there's an airplane crashing, there's like an eclipse happening, people are pointing at the sky is raining fire, there's crying babies, people are trampling one another, like, this is the apocalypse. This is how it's done. And it's our boy Pascal's fault. Go back to that one for a moment. Actually, let's just... Oh yeah, I forgot to set something, so I have to set something real quick. Because I was not prepared. The boyfriend was playing some game. What was it called? It was called... something Ring of Elysium or something. Some Battle Royale game. He was playing it. And I had no time to prep today. But that's all good. Where is... Let's take all of our cards off. We don't start with any, right? I don't think we do, but we're gonna have to... I think we won... We actually won real well last time. We did a really good job on the last one. Looks like... Yeah, the one that I had would be a bad fit for the group. Too righteous. Oh. Oh, well tell me... I'm curious about this one. I haven't done anything like make a backup character. I was thinking about trying to make a character up for, like, joining you guys for a one-shot aspect or, like, type thing, but I don't know what else I want to play, and there's so many decisions. Where the fuck was final points? Okay. Yeah, we didn't get anything from the last one, so we start just how we normally start. Okay. That's all good. That's all good. Deluxe Raptor, hello. What's up? I've heard Ring of Elysium, don't know much about it other than it's Battle Royale. Yeah, it's a Battle Royale set in, like, the winter time. So it's, I don't know if it's at, like, a ski resort or what, but there's like, fucking ski things that you ride, like the skyline things, and... I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. It's a battle royale in the winter. Like, I don't know much about it, but he played it for a few hours today and really enjoyed it with people. Start with nothing but pen, paper, and the drive to investigate. Right. I got this keyboard and Microsoft Word, and I got some tokens. Where's this token? Token has to end at the evening of day 6. Evening time of day 6. Alright, we'll switch over to the other playlist. Not much. How are you doing? I'm doing alright. I am feeling a little zombie-y today. Oh, this is a good spot to stop. Hey YouTube. Welcome to ads. Must be signed in with the wrong account. There we go. I'm gonna take it down. We're gonna take it down to the investigation level. I've got my notepad and pen ready to do this. Oh my gosh, we're so ready. We're so ready. I didn't know if you were going to join this week. It's the very last one, and I'm so nervous about it. And it's so intense. I can't wait to read you guys this intro. All I read was the intro, and I looked at the scenario. I just looked at it, I flipped it, and it's like a full page. So there's going to be a lot of setup. And I hope you guys are cool with that because there's a lot of setup going on here. And I'm excited, but I'm also super nervous. Like, this intro made it just like, just a little intimidating. Oh my gosh. Since we'd be so out without someone who can use heal spell, I built a Circle of the Shepherd Druid. I don't know what that is, but druids are interesting to me. When I listen to Adventure Zone, there's like a nature druid in there. Yeah, resources. Oh, I forgot that I needed to mention that. If anyone here is new to playing Mythos Tales with us, it is a Lovecraft-based investigation story. So we work together to get through this fucking investigation. It's the very last one in the book this week, which is both intimidating and sad. Both of the things. The picture's pretty intense. If you guys want to see the picture for the actual opening of the page, hold up, we'll bring up the big picture again. This one, look at that. If that doesn't say intensity, I don't know what does, because damn. And it makes me wonder if, you guys remember on the last one, we went into this church and there was this big giant fucking stone statue, and we didn't know what it was because it was under a thing, under like a big blanket or tarp or something, but it's definitely a big giant statue, and that makes me wonder if, because this is like 2 years later, that makes me wonder if this is what they were building, was that fucking big ass Cthulhu looking motherfucker. Just, Shepherd's Channel, animal spirits. Oh, I can speak with animals and call down the spirits to aid us, and my summon spell gets enhanced. Oh, I think I've been watching a character that might be similar to that. That's interesting. Ooh, we could have fun with that. I feel like that would be a good fit. I don't want to think about losing Kethris, though. I really like Kethris. Plaguer lately has kind of annoyed me a bit. I feel like I'm a little limited, but I don't like the idea of her not being anymore. Just not being. That sucks. So I'm gonna read you guys this setup. I'm here to not only investigate, but help if I can, but mainly to keep an eye out for cheating. Oh no! David cheats on purpose to give my podcast something to do. Oh no! I feel like we're gonna be so tempted to cheat too. Luckily, this is what I've got. If we cheat, I'm real honest about when I cheat. Like, I don't try to hide it. So, if it's an unfair cheat, I'm gonna let the audience decide how we handle that, because I don't need that on my conscience to say, oh, I saw that. So I'm trying to be careful. I'm gonna read this to you guys though, because this is intimidating in its own way. Gosh, on board games, nothing like pretending to bond with family members you don't like while the internet is offline. And now we can even do it online. So, there you go. We have the power of the internet, and we still decide to sit here and play board games together. And we're investigating things, and it's our very last investigation. And I don't know how to feel about it. So listen to this shit. For Investigation 8, players will have a new mentor, Pascal Fenton. It is up to the players to decide how well they trust their new mentor's honesty and integrity. Players have a full 6 days to investigate if they wish to take that long. This case is of medium to hard difficulty, and it will require deduction and player discussion in order to complete successfully. No other investigation has had this precursor, just so we're all on the same page. Nothing else has told me the difficulty, nothing else has been like, listen, deductive reasoning is your friend right now. Investigation 8 scoring, which is also something different for them to mention. The resolution of this investigation will be a little different from the previous investigation, depending upon the path the players take. It is possible that players may reach and participate in a climactic ending. However, it is not necessary that players reach the climactic ending in order to answer enough questions to win. In fact, it is possible that it is more wise for players to finish early and answer the questions. It is up to the players to decide. If players successfully participate in the climactic ending, there's so many syllables happening in that sentence, they will not suffer penalties for visiting excessive location beyond those written in the solution. Also, there are multiple ideal paths, and Pascal will not be conducting the same investigation as the players. One ideal path will be presented to the players at the end of the investigation. There are riddles in Investigation 8 as well, as several paths leading to the climactic ending. It is not difficult to reach the climactic ending, however, a bit of deduction is needed in order to resolve the climax successfully. All the clues you need are presented clearly in the text. It will likely be impossible for the players to answer the riddles if they have not played the previous investigations. Choose your path wisely. Ask yourself, what would Armitage do? Good luck. Players have until the end of day 6 evening to complete their investigation. I just feel like this is like a lot of pressure, and they're like, listen, we've given you options. We are now giving you riddles, but like, it's also the same information. I feel like we've been dealing with a lot of riddles so far. We've had a couple options. We've possibly saved children, possibly been responsible for others not getting saved. Like, there has been a lot of pressure this entire time, and I don't know if they're just being assholes because this is the last one and they're just gonna bring spotlight to it, but fuck, they bring spotlight to it. Ugh. It's been a long day. I probably won't make it to the end anyways. That is okay. That is okay. There will always be a VOD. You will always, I feel like you ordered it for yourself, so you will be able to play it, so you will find out what happens. And it's okay. Fuck. Here I thought I could tune in and drop some witty comment without gaining employment by the FBI. Nah, you're here. You are here. Shit, I'm also unprepared. This is a great start. You're in it now. Welcome. This is what happens. I briefly looked at the newspaper. If you guys are using the resources in the drive, we are looking at December 29th, 1940. Dragon! Thank you for the host. Welcome. Is Google illegal? Google is illegal. Google is illegal. Where are we? So, December 29th, 1940 is the newspaper we're looking at. Where are you? December 29th, sorry. December 29th, 1940. But you have access to all of them. So any of the newspapers could possibly help in this investigation. So just keep that in mind as you're browsing the newspapers. If you need to re-look at anything, if you're like, I feel like I've heard something like that before, it's possible. So you can use any of them. All right. Thought for the day: keep your friends close and your enemies inside a glass jar on your shelf. Forecast: slight chance of rain in the evening. Low temperature of 36 Fahrenheit. It's here. We're playing the first one Wednesday. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yeah. I really, really hope you come back sometime and let me know how it goes. I really, really do. And I hope the music's not too loud. Let me know if it is, guys. Let's do this thing, Whitlix. Welcome back. Welcome back. Dragon, welcome on in. All right. You guys ready? Yeah. You ready? Because this low of 36 at the end of December, that's an unseasonably warm. You know, for Massachusetts, I agree. I have learned that very recently. Very, very recently, I have learned that. That is a very warm winter. Alright. Gonna throw up the... Actually... Somebody, can you put up the resources? I realize it wasn't a mod-only thing. The resources link for anyone that wants to join. Anyone that hasn't played before, the resources are in the drive. If you guys want to look at any of the newspapers, there's a list of allies in there. If you see anything that you're like, you know, this person might be able to help. They have access to all the gossip or whatever. Feel free, peruse all of that. The allies are in the rule book one. I think that's it. Let's fucking do this. Let's fucking do this. It's actually, right, it is warm. Tis warm. Thank you, Dava, for that. Resources. Alright, Pascal's Wager. Investigation 8, Arkham, Massachusetts. December 29th, 1940. This is so late. This is like 8 years or something since the last one. This is a while. Armitage tosses a small rubber ball into the air, catches it, tosses again. Agitated, you have a mind to snatch it and throw it out of the cab's window. There's nothing more I hate than a charlatan, Armitage yells. You accused him of overreacting to a gypsy's advertisement in the Advertiser. You'd barely passed the threshold of his front door this morning when the 86-year-old ex-librarian shoved you back inside and ordered you to go hail a cab. It says TP, not to. It's fucking typos. Well, it's not like we haven't had our share of charlatans, cults, fanatics, retired librarians, you say. Yes. I know you disapprove, but I am an old man, and an old man do as they please. I may be retired from the university. How long has it been now? 2 years, you answer. But my mental faculties are sharp as ever. Besides, I need a visit to French Hill for my bi-monthly haircut at the college barbershop. I became a frequent friend, or FF as I like to say. Every 10th cut is free. You glance at Armitage's head, entirely bald except for wisps of hair on his neck. Stop gawking at me, he snaps. Arlo pulls over the cab and announces, We're here, Seamus and Professor. You know you two sound like an old married couple, don't you? Oh my god, my name is Seamus? I never knew that. You pay Arlo and ask him to nicely stop calling you Seamus. God damn it, that's not my name. I really tried. Armitage wastes no time proving himself a curmudgeon. A curmudgeon? With a cane in hand, he bustles quickly towards a parked caravan where a painted sign reads, Madame Whately, fortune teller. Recognizing the Dunwich surname, you become genuinely angry with him and his childish tantrum. The events of Dunwich were over a decade ago. He should let it go. A woman dressed as a gypsy sits down at a round table, both hands covering the crystal ball, which she claims she can see despite her blindness. Armitage pronounces the woman a fraud. There's nothing to see here. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not let this woman take your hard-earned money. You're not surprised when the audience does not move. They've come for a show. Perhaps, old friend, we are not wanted here. Let's visit the museum. You say to Armitage, oh, that's not supposed to be that excited. He says, let's visit the museum. You say into Armitage's ear. Armitage pulls away from you angrily. Okay, in my defense, museum has an exclamation point at the end of it. Like, it sounds like it should be way excited. Armitage pulls away from you angrily, flicking his wrist from your grasp and causing the rubber ball to fly out of his hand. If you didn't know better, it appeared to be purposefully thrown at the gypsy woman. Armitage oddly exclaims loudly at you, Once we are done here, I think you should go see Dr. Sutton to have your head examined. You must promise me. You feel a presence behind you and turn to face Pascal Fenton. He's grown feisty in his old age, wouldn't you say? Oh, Pascal. Did you bring this woman here to investigate this? You yell. You created this Madame Whately, didn't you? Pascal narrows his eyes and points to the stage. Armitage sits at the table, having his fortune read. The gypsy holds both hands over her crystal ball. The audience is silent. You are Professor Henry Armitage, she says, eyes closed. I see an important event in your life that haunts you to this day. You banished evil. So why does Dunwich haunt you still, Henry? Armitage clears his throat. So you know stories from the newspaper. Everyone in this audience knows the Dunwich stories. Inside your inner left pocket, she continues, is a skeleton key. You keep it dear. It protects something of great value. You're shocked by the statement. If the gypsy's right, Armitage should be ashamed. Certainly he doesn't still have the key to the restricted section of the library. He must have convinced the faculty that he needed to keep it to check on the Necronomicon. He hasn't visited the library in over a year. No, you mutter as you walk on a stage. Let's go now. The gypsy dramatically yells, "Fire from the sky! Cities destroyed! Great destruction planned for this world! Could that be the price? Men cannot defeat gods, not without consequence." Perhaps you can get Pascal to reason with Armitage. He might listen if someone he despises gives you a warning. Then the gypsy speaks again. You met him in your dreams. Do you have an answer for the Dark Man, Professor? He will speak with you here. Armitage astonishes you yet again by taking the gypsy's hand to help her stand. You look around at the crowd, trying to spot Pascal. Will Coffin is watching in fascination. "Pascal!" you call out, just before you feel a sharp pain and you fall to the ground. When you recover, Pascal is standing over you. Armitage and the gypsy are gone, and the crowd is dispersed. Pascal says, "You were out for over an hour. I searched for Armitage. This is a serious matter. You're going to need my help. I'd probably have that head of yours looked into first. You took a hard knock. You feel a sore spot on the top of your head. Did you have something to do with this?" "No, of course not. Here, I found this note and Armitage's house keys on the ground. Or he dropped them on purpose?" Pascal rattles the keys in front of your face. You definitely are not ready to tackle a mystery alone. You must come see me. Do not wait too long. We can't talk here. He pockets the keys and walks away. Inside your hand is the note. It reads, "I know Armitage will not help us, but you likely will, knowing we have locked Armitage away somewhere to rot. How long can an old man survive? I will give you Armitage in return for what I need, and just for fun, I will provide you a hint as his location, just to give you a sporting chance. Let's start with a little hint. What is Armitage's favorite flower?" And that's where it stops. That's where it stops. That was a lot of reading. That was a lot of setup, but that's where it stops. So we're gonna start with that, I guess. Do we know that? Flower. He would have him he would have him in his house, so I guess we could find it out. He'd probably have him in his house or his office. I feel like it's probably something like basic, like a sunflower. Like it's gonna be, that was a meaty setup, right? So I guess, should I put the note text up? I'm going to, I guess. Armitage will not. I mean, it's just your basic ransom note. Help us, but you likely will, knowing we have locked. What the hell? Right? Armitage away somewhere to rot. Oh, how long can an old man survive? I will give you Armitage. I can't type right now. In return for what I need. And just for fun, I will provide you a hint as his location. This is so much. Just to give you a sporting. This is probably more information than you really need, but I'm gonna type it because I'm already going. So fuck it. Start with this little hint. What is Armitage's anyways. Just a flower. I like how he's casually kidnapping Armitage like it's no big deal. Right, so let's definitely write that. Gypsy... what was her name? Madame something. Madame something or other. Waitley. Waitley. Fortune teller. And then we also know, what else do we know about her? We know that she's blind. Supposedly, she's blind. Something about Dunwich. What was it? Stories? Dunwich stories. I don't know what that's all about. So you know stories from the newspaper. Everyone in this audience knows the Dunwich stories. Okay, so something, you banish an evil, so why does Dunwich still haunt you? I don't know anything about that. Have we heard anything about Dunwich, or is there anything in the newspaper about that? Will Coffin was mentioned, so we might want to go talk to him. It says Will Coffin is watching in fascination. And that's all it says. But he's been an ally that we actually haven't used yet. He's been is a shady fellow, but some of your investigations might take you to some unsavory places he will know something about. So he might be worth talking to. I'm also tempted to go talk to the doctor, Dr. Sutton, just because Armitage made a joke about it, and then you actually do get your head hurt, and you come back up. I feel like it's foreshadowing, like Armitage knew it was happening, so he was like dropping you clues. So I kind of think Dr. Sutton should be on the list. We also could do, we could go to Armitage's house. Actually, do we need to go to Pascal's house? Because, did I spell that wrong? Yeah, I did. Because he's the one who took the keys, right? He says, Pascal rattles the keys in front of your face. You definitely are not ready to tackle a mystery alone. You must come see me. Do not wait too long. We can't talk here. So what if we go to see Dr. Sutton and then we go directly to Pascal after that? What do you guys think about that? Dr. Sutton would be at the hospital, I guess. And then we can go to Pascal's house and get the keys and hopefully go to other dude's house after that. Do we know anything else that we need about the gypsy? Oh, she was yelling. We're gonna write this here too. What did she say? She said, fire from the sky. Exclamation point. Cities destroyed. Great destruction plan for this world. Men cannot defeat gods, not without consequence. I'm gonna leave it there, but yeah, I'll leave it there for now. If we need to come back to that, if we need that for any reason, we can look back. She got a crystal ball. Fenton possibly set this up. I feel like that might be it. He's been, let's see, he was going to the French Hill for a haircut. He's been retired for 2 years. I don't know. I don't think that that's important stuff, but we're just going to reiterate a couple of those things, just in case. Missing kids were in Dunwich. Newspaper article, August 19th. August 19th, missing kids in Dunwich. Was that the last one we did? 37, no, May 2nd was the last one we did. August 19th, missing kids in Dunwich. August 8th, January, October, September, missing kids, Dunwich. All through the side here. Cave system, oh, I kind of remember this one. Missing in Dunwich. A series of 4 isolated disappearances occurred in Dunwich last month with no explanation why they are missing. Which include 1 child of 8. Neither culprits nor victims have been found and several families have been affected. An investigation is underway. Okay, so I'm gonna write that because Oh my gosh, my keyboard's in a terrible place. We're gonna move that. 8, 19, what is it, 29. Missing series of 4 isolated disappearances. They're missing one, includes one child of 8. Okay, 4 missing people. Neither culprits nor victims have been found. Several families affected. Okay, 4 missing people. We'll just leave it there. Leave it like that. That's missing young kids. Think that's Keziah Mason's doing? Probably, considering the last investigation. I feel like we've heard in the beginning. Man, this is gonna be a trial of an investigation. In the beginning, though, when they say something about him getting over the Dunwich thing, how long has it been since that? Does he mention it? See you. Inner left pocket. Protect some. Inside your inner left pocket, she continues, as a skeleton key. You keep it, dear. You keep it, dear. It protects something of great value. We just know that he's been retired 2 years, but we don't know anything about when the Dunwich stuff happened. It just says you banished an evil there. So I'm curious what that. I'm assuming that's probably Keziah. All right. Do you guys like the idea of going to the doctor first? I have to figure out where the hospital is. I think it was like D20 something. No, that's the D23 is the police station. C11 is the Sutton. The Sutton. Dr. Sutton. Let's do this. C11, Dr. Sutton. That's gonna be first. I feel like that's too convenient. Like, he says before everything is there, he says, once we're done here, I think you should go see Dr. Sutton and have your head examined. You must promise me. And then you come out of it with your head hurting. You were out for an hour. I searched for Armitage. This is a serious matter. You're going to need my help. I probably have that head of yours looked into first. You took a hard knock. I feel like he knows. Like, he knew that was going to be a thing. Just to confirm, am I following along starting from case 1, grain of evil? Yes. So we are starting, we're doing investigation number 8. I have the book. But all of the newspaper articles and everything are put into effect during this one. I don't know how much they'll be used, but I know that we can find details for it throughout all of them. There's a list of allies too, page 7 and 8 of the rule book. And the directory has all of the addresses and everything for all the people. So if somebody says, like, you need to take a train, then we know where the train station is, or some little things like that. So for the hospital, the way that we did it was, we noticed the Dr. Sutton, like, I'm convinced that that's a thing. I noticed his name come up. It felt like foreshadowing. So in the allies list, Dr. Sutton is in our allies list, and he works at St. Mary's Teaching Hospital, which is at C11, so which is at page 7 of the rule book. And then we have the magic map over here, but the drive has a map that's actually version 2, like the updated, corrected map, and that's way better than the one that I have. So I rely on you guys a little bit more for the map. Mine's okay, but that one fixes a lot of typos and stuff. Okay, C11, Dr. Sutton, and there is an entry here. You dash through the front doors of St. Mary's Teaching Hospital, frantically searching for Dr. Sutton. A nurse points to Sutton, who is standing nearby reading a patient's chart. You begin to tell him about Armitage's disappearance when he stops you. Sit down. He examines the back of your head. You ask Dr. Sutton how he knows about your injury, and he says, you know, I saw Armitage at B's Diner yesterday. Heard him talking about this Waitley fraud, as he called her. He looked at me and he told me to be sure. And let you know next time I saw you that B's Diner has the best food on the planet and that you should stop arguing with him over the matter. Strange thing to say, huh? Looks like you're good. I'd get some rest if I were you, but I know you won't. Then he sends us on our way. So you're currently solving case 8 then, or am I misreading? Yes, we're currently solving case 8. We've been solving all the others the past several Sundays. We've been playing on Sunday at 6:30 since the beginning of case number. So I played case number 1 by myself just to like get used to it and figure out the game mechanics and everything. I played with a friend during Gen Con weekend, and I knew I desperately wanted to stream it. So I wanted to make sure like what all I would need to do. So I scanned all of the resources into the computer and we started on case number 2, and then every Sunday we've been playing. I was going through the notes and was like, where the fuck are we? Yep, those are all notes from the past ones. So if something like that you happen to notice comes up, then you're not necessarily like, you might be a little bit lost at some of it, but like there's definitely reoccurring themes. So like David mentioned Keziah Mason. Keziah Mason is this like reoccurring witch entity that keeps coming back, and in the very last one, in investigation number 7, she was like stealing kids and like resurrecting people, like living through kids, and it was crazy. Bee's Diner is D9. No idea what Armitage's favorite flower is, but I feel like you do. Do I though? I feel like it's like a sunflower or something. I don't know why, but I feel like I saw a picture. Maybe that's what it was. One of the art, like maybe the first or second investigation, it has a big vase of flowers like on his desk or something, and I think that they're like sunflowers or like daisies or something. Something really just like your basic flower. Do we want to go to Bee's Diner next? I feel like I want to go to, saw Armitage at Bee's Diner. I feel like I want to go get Armitage's house key before we do this. What did you say, D9? D9. Talking about Waitley. Okay. It has to be something really, really simple. I feel like it is. I'm so convinced, and I really want to look back, but I'm holding back like everything I can, not looking back in the book. I'm not going to. I feel like that's probably borderline cheating. But I think that I feel like it's something simple. Either way, do we want to go to Pascal's house and talk to him and get the keys, or go to Bee's Diner and see what that could be about? I'm worried that the keys that Pascal has are going to be used in the diner. That's my only hang up about going to the diner now, is that what if we go there and then we need a requirement card, and it's possibly the one that we'd probably get at Pascal's. It might not be, but that's my concern. We'd probably be able to figure that out at his house. What other places can we go to? We can go anywhere. If you look through the directory, we can go anywhere in there. The only restriction is this is how turns work. First we travel somewhere, and then we encounter something. So as we travel, we move the token, and the traveling takes time. So wherever we move is going to take the next token of time. So then we're going to look it up. So if we go to Bee's Diner, for instance, we're to say, okay, well then our clues are definitely leading us to Bee's Diner, so let's just go to Bee's Diner. So that's D9. So that would take 1 point of travel, so we're going to move it down to the one thing, and then we're going to look in the book, and if there's an entry for D number 9, we have the encounter there. If not, then we lose points towards the end. Okay, so we're at the hospital now. Yep, that was C11. C11 is the hospital with the doctor. And I'm leaving these here so we can tally our points at the end. It might be premature to go after the rising star, but it's worth a note for later. There was also a note about the rising star or the falling star. They refer to themselves as both in the newspaper, with instructions to inquire at the First Baptist Church. Oh, was that I glanced at that earlier. Was it the tattoo? I glanced at that earlier and thought, because it's very culty. I'm going to write it down. But you're right. It might be a little early for it, but I don't want to forget about it. Yeah, it just felt super culty to me, and I'm like, I don't know about this. Okay. I'm gonna make a call here and go to Pascal's house, because that's what I feel like I should do next. Because he told us not to waste time, so this book can be an asshole, and if we get there and it's past day 1, it could be like, Pascal's gone. He went off, he left you. So I'm gonna just go there as fast as I can, just in case. I have to remember where Pascal lives. Where does Pascal live? L4. L4. Pascal, I'm just gonna write Fenton. Pascal Fenton. My other thought is to hit the flower shop in town and grab Armitage's favorite flower. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to have to go to Pascal or to Armitage's house at one point, or his old office, and I bet we would find something there about the flower too. Like, we might actually need it. The purchase of the flower, like, to go to the shop, we might actually need a flower, but I just don't want to go there before before we know what it is. There's got to be something. Okay, L4. So this is, we moved the marker down to day 1 afternoon. His office might be reassigned. Yeah, it could probably be another person's office. And I wonder if he has that skeleton key. All right, L4. L4. If you arrive, watch this shit. If you arrive on or before day 2, read the encounter below. If you arrive after day 2, you find Pascal is not home and that you may not read below. There is a note informing you that you can find him at Mr. Manning's. I'm just gonna say that was really good intuition. He was very specific about coming as fast as we can, so I feel really good about the decision to come during the first day. Feel really good about that. So we can read the encounter, because Armitage is home, and he can give us things, hopefully. I feel good about that, just gonna say. You find Pascal's home in a cluttered state. It was recently burgled. Of course, Pascal tells you that Armitage's keys were taken during the robbery. You are not sure why you think you can trust him, other than the fact that Armitage worked with Pascal when necessary. Instead of asking about his well-being, you get straight to the point. What do you know about all this? Where's Armitage? Pascal sits opposite you, sipping a brandy, legs crossed. He replies, I had nothing to do with Armitage's disappearance. I have no ill will towards him. I didn't start the feud between us. It was Armitage who always sat in judgment of me. And, my fine new pupil, do not sit in judgment of me and follow in Armitage's footsteps. We all should sit in judgment of wicked men, you respond. Pascal takes another sip of brandy. Who was the author who wrote that nothing is good or bad except when judged from the absurdly limited point of view? A bad author, I would say. He laughs. Well, perhaps. Let's get to business then, shall we? I need you for something I cannot do myself, and we both would like to save Armitage. My insiders tell me of a new order in town, and I cannot seem to infiltrate this order. You should be unknown to them. I wager that I can find Armitage before you, so I should be assigned to that job. This, in turn, frees you to conduct a task for me. I want you to become a member of this order and get into one of their nightly rituals. I doubt Lyman can help with this, but you never know. You might want to keep the Silver Twilight in your thoughts. Once you're inside, I will provide further instructions. Are you willing to bet your life on this longtime friend and mentor and place a little trust in me? You may choose to ignore my request, but that may place everyone, not just Armitage, in danger. We need a person on the inside. So you ask that I leave you to the rescue of Armitage despite my lack of trust in your motives? And if you save him, what do I get to save? Arkham? You think for a moment. 2 on the path are better than 1, so you tell Pascal what he wants to hear. Mostly. Agreed. However, if I find out that you're responsible for his abduction, the police will be locking me up, not you. You won't be alive. Or be able to go to jail. Fucking threats. Pascal smiles. He knows you're serious. Very well. We're agreed. If you are tempted to look for your friend, remind yourself that a small army of investigators in hidden places is at my disposal. Your time is better spent on the task I've given you. I will share with you anything I find. At present, I don't know much, but I can at least prove to you that I'm at work already. For example, did you notice when Armitage tossed the ball at the gypsy woman? It was a test. The so-called blind woman dodged the ball. Did you not see? Armitage was already suspicious. Words. So, you say? Then Armitage took her hand, not the other way around. He wanted to touch her skin to confirm. The woman's hands, even from a distance, appeared very soft and young. She was in fact a young woman, probably her mid-20s, and I believe she was a paid actress. Can you think of anyone in Arkham who can tell us about an actress hired to play a gypsy? Anyone who runs in those circles? I can. And I'll look into the matter. You see, I have my part covered. I'm not surprised Armitage's keys were taken from me, but there should be still a way to get inside his home without them. I'll look into that as well. If you need to talk to me again, come by Mr. Manning's downtown. But don't come too soon. I may not be there for a day or 2. Just come if you get stuck. Okay, so do we have an opinion? Are we gonna listen to him? I don't know. I almost feel like we should listen to him. Soren, hi! Welcome back. Yeah, Ambrose Chuckley, is he the newspaper reporter? He's the one who did the fucking theater article, right? Donnie Clark. Okay, if you find yourself in need about the privileged class, Ambrose Chuckley. So yeah, that's probably where Pascal's gonna go, but we don't really need to go there if we keep doing our own thing, right? I feel like we would have more luck about the rising star stuff. Thank you. How are you? I'm doing well. We're investigating tonight. We're investigating a kidnapping, and got no other leads for the moment aside from the flower color question, which might already be known for when you played previous chapters. So we've got a couple leads as far as the kidnapping plot goes. So we have 2 plots that we can work on. One of them is Armitage is missing. That line of questioning, we could go to Bee's Diner for some reason because he knew some stuff, and there might be people there who know some stuff because he was talking about it there with somebody. We could go to, what did he just mention? Oh, Ambrose Chuckley, like David just mentioned. He's an ally that we have that, like, he tries to fit in with the rich people in town. He knows the gossip, he knows the theater scene. He would be a really good resource for that. Or we could just go to his house and see if we could break in there. But I'm almost in the mindset of helping Fenton out in the other way and going down the other path of investigating this new cult. The other cult the Order of the Silver Twilight has always been around. We've always had leads with them. We could we knew somebody on the inside that we could get information from. We knew who the leader of it was. Like, we had a bunch of stuff to go off of. This is a whole new cult, and some weird shit's going down. So I feel like if Fenton needs help, then maybe it's all like tied together, and we would be able to help him that way. In the Order of the Rising Star says, are you concerned about your future? The Order of the Falling Star is seeking members who are committed to providing the world with a bright, shining future. Contact the Order of the Rising Star today and shine with us. Meet with us at the First Baptist Church. So, we could go to the First Baptist Church and start there. Which that's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking, I don't know where the first, it's got me shook, what's going on? We are investigating a mystery. We have resources in the drive to where you can help us investigate a mystery. So these emotes don't want to spam. Shook. First Baptist Church. Scroll down a little bit. There we go. First Baptist Church. Where is it? Or just going along. So I'm taking notes. Anything with the stars, I'm marking as locations so we can count them later, because at the end we have to do some totaling. And then every encounter that we have, I'm kind of just taking notes along about things that are like, just that kind of stick out that might come up later. So 8/19/29 was, I wonder what my, oh no, it's down there. I always forget that I move it for this Mythos one. Thank you for the host, Soren. So this one was from, so the Gypsy mentioned the Dunwich stories. And I don't know what the Dunwich stories are, but they seemed really important to Armitage and his, like, history. So when I brought it up, chat found 8/19/29, a newspaper article about people going missing in Dunwich. 4 people going missing in Dunwich on August 19th, 1929. So it was just kind of something to refer to if it comes up later. And that all came around from the Gypsy conversation. Will Coffin was there. He's one of our allies. So if I want to continue along the Armitage thing, I will go question him because he was there and saw what happened. So it's there. C11 was the first place we went. He mentioned Bee's Diner, Armitage's house. I could probably put up at the top just because I wanted to go there, but then Pascal's place was robbed, so we couldn't go there because the keys were taken. And then at Pascal's house, he said he basically gave us a choice. I don't know. He said, tasked us with infiltrating the Order of the Rising Star. He mentioned to keep the Order of the Silver Twilight. Yeah, there's that. Armitage's keys stolen in burglary. He also told us if we get stuck, that we should meet him at, if stuck, meet at Mr. Manning's downtown. And then he says, but don't come too soon. I may not be there for a day or two. So let's wait until day 4. Day 4. Before we even think about going to visit him at Mr. Manning's place. Because we can touch base with him and he can be like, oh, this is what I found out about, Manning's D71. Okay. Maybe I should do it that way. D71. Not before day 4. And hopefully he'll give us information that he finds. And then you said the First Baptist Church was at F15. F15. Actually, we'll do it this way. Location. F15, and then the reason we're there and the people we're talking to. And then we'll move our timer. There we go. Evening of day 1. And we'll see if there's an entry, which there should be. There should definitely be an entry. Hopefully. I say that and I'm going to be so mad if there's not. F15. If you have found Armitage, this encounter ends. You do not find anything at this location. This still counts as your location counts. Otherwise, read below. If we found Armitage, you're not allowed to read this. And that's crazy to me. I don't know why you wouldn't come here right away. I guess we could have gone to other places, but that's crazy to me. Why wouldn't we come here already? If you found Armitage, this encounter ends. You do not find anything at this location. This still counts as a location. Your location counts. So first we're going to penalize you, and second we're going to tell you don't read ahead. You're screwed. Like, wow. Wow. Alright, First Baptist Church. Inside the chapel, you find yourself in a narrow hallway that branches off into the pulpit as the baptismal font. You see a figure in the aisle, head bowed, knees on the ground, before a large dark mass at the front of the church. Are you here to save mankind by a selfless act of giving yourself to me? The dark man asks. The statue behind the man is not a cross, but a profane creature with tentacles on its head. The thin, tall man stands, and you have a difficult time making out his features. His face seems to shimmer, changing rapidly. Where, oh where, is your old friend? Have you found him yet? How are you faring on your own? Perhaps I can be of service to you. He vanishes and appears next to you by the lectern, startling you, heart beating fast. The black notebook is in his hand, opens of its own accord, pages rifling until its blank page is displayed. I can guarantee safe return of your mentor. I need your signature here, in blood. This guy's just like in this church and we walk in and he's like, I know what's happening. Sign my page. Sign your life away with blood. This feels super strange. He lifts the book towards you, face hidden in shadow. Let's make a deal. I will solve this riddle for you, and all will be well in the world. You, in turn, acquire a debt owed to me, an eternal indebtedness. I hate that. In exchange for the life of a loved one. What? You hesitate, trembling, not finding words. He slams the book shut. In time, you'll come to the right decision. I promise you can be with Armitage, and nothing will be changed. You'll have only committed yourself to me somewhere down the road. When you're ready to make a deal to get your friend back, get on the bus to Innsmouth and let me help you solve this mystery. The bus will stop at a crossroads. You will get off there and that is as good as your signature in blood. Look at the clock. Time is passing. How long can an old man last? You'd be surprised. He's a tough old man, you mutter. Before vanishing, the dark man says, to show my good faith, I give you a riddle. Maybe you can find him on your own. Go to Supplemental Encounters on page 170 and read the small upside-down print at the bottom of the page. Oh my gosh, I unfortunately don't have time to stick around, but I'm not too much help considering the first session I've attended. I hope you can have a good stream and find the solution to the case. Alice, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Since this is the last one of Mythos, we're actually going to start a Sherlock one in probably like a few weeks. But I'll have updates after I get the game and everything set up. But we're going to start doing a Sherlock one on Sundays in place of Mythos. It's just going to be later. I have to still get the game. I have to order it. Have a good night, Alice. Thanks so much for hanging out. And you tried, but yes, the jumping in right at the end is probably pretty tough. Supplemental, okay. Go to Supplemental Encounters on page 170 and read the small upside down print at the bottom of the page. 170, small upside down print. Your beginning is his end. Oh, I don't. Your beginning is his end. That's intimidating. Let's look at this again. Let's just take a moment and look at this again, because that was like out of nowhere. Like, we just walked into this place and this dude was like, here you go. So we walk in and this dark man figure is standing in front of this giant statue. He asks us if we're here to save mankind by a selfless act of giving yourself to me. The statue's behind the man is not a cross, but a profane creature with tentacles on its head. The thin, tall man, and you have a... Okay. And then he starts asking us about Armitage right away. He says, I can guarantee safe return of your mentor. I need signature here in blood. He then tells us, let's make a deal. I will solve this riddle for you, and all will be well in the world. You in turn acquire a debt owed to me, an eternal indebtedness in exchange for the life of a loved one. In time you will come to the right decision, I promise. I promise you can be with Armitage, and nothing will be changed. You will have only committed yourself to me somewhere down the road. When you are ready to make a deal to get your friend back, get on a bus to Innsmouth and let me help you solve the mystery. Okay, so the dark man offers deal to help get Armitage back for trade of debt to him. When we're ready, get on a bus to Innsmouth and let me help you solve this mystery. The bus will stop at a crossroads. You'll get off there, and that is as good as a signature in blood. Get on the bus to Innsmouth, stop at crossroads, and get on to Seal. Nope. Nah. Good. Stop at the crossroads and get off. Do I want to say to like Seal? Nah. Get off bus. Okay, we're just gonna leave it there. Talk to me about the first investigation. The very first investigation, actually, if you look at the June 30th newspaper, June 30th, well, that's ominous. It really is. Super ominous. I don't like that at all, especially with the fucking statue. June 30th, woman attacked in Uptown Park. A disturbance occurred around 7 p.m. last night in West High Street when a young woman collapsed. Bystanders were able to provide assistance to the woman, who was obviously in distress and grievously injured. The police were summoned and were quickly on the scene. An ambulance took the young woman, who as yet remains unnamed, to St. Mary's Hospital for urgent treatment. Detective Garrison of the Arkham PD has made an appeal for any witnesses to the incident to come forward and provide statements. Police are treating the incident as a criminal one. Garrison also expressed surprise, remarking that this type of crime was unusual for the district. One of Arkham's wealthiest areas, but he felt this was an isolated incident and citizens of Uptown should not worry unduly. That's the plot for the very first one. Like, Wadicus, if you're still here, mute me for a moment. If you guys are playing Investigation this week, Investigation 1 this week, you'll want to mute me for a moment to, I'm gonna spoil a couple things for the next, like, give me 2 minutes. Give me, like, 2 minutes. Maybe I'll, like, wave up and down and just make sure that I'll like wave my hands wildly, and just give you the cue that there's no more spoilers, because I don't want to ruin the very first investigation for you. If you're not still here, if you went to bed because you said it was a long day, then this was all for naught. But I'm just being careful because I would hate for somebody to ruin it when I just played. She says 2 minutes, but she means 5. No, I won't be that long. But I mean, I guess it's worth telling you a little bit about it. So yeah, that woman was, let me see if I can find my notes from the first one. Oh my gosh, my nose is itching so hard right now. Ugh, it's the worst. It's the worst because I took actually really good. Whoa, actually. Okay, so weirdest thing. My very first notes on this. Oh, I wish I knew why. That's super weird. I'm just gonna show you. My very first notes on this say Whately's Dunwich. Isn't that crazy? So yes, something was definitely mentioned then that I don't remember. And that is crazy to me. I wonder if it's in the newspaper. I don't feel like I should look back in the book, but it must be during the setup for the story, or for the... It must be during the setup that I did that. That's crazy. So the woman was attacked out in the park. She was stabbed like in her chest, but it was weird because her shirt wasn't damaged. Like none of her clothing was damaged, but she was like stabbed and like a piece of flesh was like taken off. So it was like she wasn't wearing her shirt and then somebody put it on her. When we went to finally go talk to her, she was in the hospital and she was talking about, or no, she was dead. Never mind. I think she was dead. I can't really remember. Let me look. Was she? Sutton Hospital. No, she wasn't. She was in a coma or something. But, we found out that she was muttering about the trees being alive, and like she was kind of like hallucinating. There was somebody that, like a bystander off in the trees that like watched all this go down, so the police saw him, and we kind of had to try and figure out who he was. Turns out he was her boyfriend, who was part of a cult, I believe, who was trying to raise the Shub-Niggurath. So he stole some things from the next newspaper article on June 30th. The Bostonian academic arrives in Arkham. Oh, and there was another one. Theft delays new exhibition. He stole a package that was supposed to go to the museum. It was a sacrificial dagger and like a bowl for blood that was used to raise this Shub-Niggurath like demon creature, and something about her like housing it for this demon lord. So he posed as her boyfriend, set her up, and then attacked her in the park. We figured out her name, and how he did it. We figured out this was all taking place in the Emperor House, which was the Emperor House. Nope, it was F-16 house. Or maybe that was her house. I lied. U-41 is the Emperor House. U-41 was the Emperor House. The words Nyarlath Totep was painted all over the walls. There were candles with pentagrams on the ground. In between the wood slats, we found a coin that was like had a silver medallion, but we couldn't get it out of the slats of the floor. And there was something about Beowulf. Eban was something with the demon and the trees. That whole Shub-Niggurath, Eban, Beowulf thing was to do with the woods coming alive and nature and the trees. And the black goat. I don't know what that was, but that was another thing. I think that's enough. Maybe that was 5 minutes. That may have been 5 minutes. I I think that was it, though. And we figured out that the cult leader for that was this Victor Ingram guy mentioned in the first newspaper. Where are you? I lost you again. There you are. The guy from Boston, Victor Ingram, he was the one that was kind of like ruling the whole thing. So, yeah. But that is pretty crazy about the Whateleys and Dunwich. I don't know. I feel like that was part of the setup where the first time you see Armitage, he's like, oh, I haven't seen you since we dealt with Dunwich and the Whateleys, but I really want to kind of look back at that because I feel like that's really important. I feel like that's important. But okay, so that was investigation number 1. So I'm not gonna spoil that anymore. So hopefully it didn't ruin that for Leguaticus, since they're playing it this week. Do we know where we want to go next? Because that was a lot of information, and I don't know the actual... what I should do here. I don't know what the riddle exactly was. He was just... So, something about cults, something about... I need chapstick. Wish I had it. Do we have anything else in our newspapers about the Order, the Rising Stars, or whatever? I don't think we do. Miskatonic University renovations. We want to make sure that the university grows. Birth announcement. Massachusetts 4-H Club, the Clean River. Part-time employment needed. Library assistant needed for university. Must have excellent reading and writing skills. Apply in person. Arkham Sanatorium is hiring. London bombing, the worst so far. Protect yourself and your family this new year. Discount poinsettias. Are they poinsettias? Discount poinsettias at Florence's Flowers. Low quantity, so don't delay. Come see us. I wonder if they're poinsettias. Or maybe there's just an advertisement for poinsettias because it's like December 29th. They're on discount because it's after Christmas. I feel like that makes more sense. Announcements. You have most likely seen Madame Whately, psychic and spiritualist in French Hill this week, as her readings have been drawing a crowd. Madame Whately is performing seances, reading fortunes, and providing advice to Arkham citizens. Madame Whately will be in town through next Friday. Austin and Marie Baker are pleased to announce the birth of their daughter, Susan. Congratulations to them. Policeman Baker will stay on the job, but will be making frequent visits to home to check on the wife and new baby. Congrats to both of them. I feel like we've talked about poinsettias before. I mean, we can go to the flower store. Florence's Flowers. Or we can go to Bee's Diner. We have time. President Roosevelt will be giving a radio address this evening. This one is entitled Arsenal of Democracy. Given the current climate in Europe, experts are speculating the talk will concern national safety, solidarity with Great Britain and the United States' possible future involvement in the overseas combat. Was there anything else in the June 30th one about Dunwich or the Whateleys? I doubt it, but just to look over it real quick. Okay, so not really. There wasn't really anything there. I think really the most mention of Dunwich was just that one that was pointed out to us. Okay, that's fine. Alright, I'm gonna go with a vote for Bee's Diner. Maybe there's information about the gypsy there. That's my vote for right now. Because I don't really know what else to do with the cult. Unless we went to like the library or something right now. But we'll knock a couple of these out, I guess, and see what happens. Worst case scenario, we get led down the wrong path, which is possible. D9. D9. B's diner is vacant except for a couple sipping on a malt with 2 straws, making eyes at each other. You sit and order a meal, resting, thinking. A young man working the stove has a tattoo on his wrist. It looks like it was inked recently, as his wrist is infected in red. He walks out of the kitchen and takes off his apron and sighs heavily. Working 2 jobs is killing me. What's buzzing, cousin? He asks. He tells you his name is Flip Gilbert. You ask him about his tattoo on his wrist, and Flip brags about being branded into a new order that he refers to as really on the up and up with nightly rituals. Why is that something normal people say? Oh yeah, I just joined this cult and they are really just modernizing the way nightly rituals are done. Except they won't let you in without a pendant. And the fuddy-duddies finally gave me one, but I lost it at my parents' house downtown. I just know it's somewhere. But Pop Gordon was a real hangover, and Mom's all like, boo-hoo all the time now that he's gone. Good riddance is what I say. What a strange encounter we just had. Can anybody find out where Gilbert's house would be? It's Flip Gilbert. I don't know what his parents' name is, but if we have a Gilbert on the list, we should go there. He tells you his name is Flip Gilbert. You ask him about his tattoo on his wrist, and Flip brags about being branded into a new order that he refers to as really on the up and up with nightly rituals. Except they won't let you in without a pendant, and the fuddy-duddies finally gave me one, but I lost it at my parents' house downtown. I just know it's there somewhere, but Pop Gordon was a real hangover, and Mom's all like, boo-hoo all the time now that he's gone. Good riddance is what I say. Pop Gordon. So maybe it's Gordon Gilbert? G. Gilbert. D77. Yep. Let's do it. Flip Gilbert joined Rising Star. Lost pendant at parents' house. Pendant gives entry to nightly rituals. So we'll start with that. And then D77, G. Gilbert. Okay. G. Gilbert, D77. D77. Flip Gilbert lives with his mother. His father, Gordon, is recently deceased. She tells you that Gordon is out running around with friends, ne'er-do-wells, as she puts it, and she was right about to go after him. What? Flip Gilbert lives with his mother. His father, Gordon, is recently deceased. She tells you that Gordon is out running around with his friends, ne'er-do-wells, as she puts it, and she was about to go after him. Didn't they just say he's not alive? He ran out of here in such a hurry, he knocked over the mailman standing at the front door. Rude boy, just kept running and his necklace fell off his neck. So maybe Gordon is Flip's real name too. That's what I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna go with maybe that's what is happening right now. She holds up the chain with the link broken. Thought I would just try and get it mended. Broke the chain clear in two. Lost the pendant. After Flip's mother closes the door, a sparkle catches your eye and you find a pendant on the front lawn. How convenient. You reach down and pick it up, thinking, shouldn't you return this to Flip's mother? Something inside you tells you that she will get yelled at by her son when he gets home. Poor lady's been through a lot. Take requirement card 12. Okay, we're gonna take that. We're gonna use 2. We're gonna replace it with 12. Nope, not that. Not that. Where are you, 12? And then there's subtext here that says you may either discard requirement 9 or 12, giving Flip's mother a pendant And if you do, read entry 1 in supplemental encounters on page 169. So we can choose whether we want to give it to her or not. Or if we want to take it somewhere. I don't even know where we would take it. We just know that the pendant. I wonder what it looks like. Lost the pendant, broke the chain, clear in 2. But like, what if the chances that we give her the pendant and she just gives it to us? Like, oh, you can take it to him, or like, you can get it fixed, or like, we offer to get it fixed. I mean, we could keep it. Anybody have an opinion? Whether we should keep it or give it back to her? Poor lady's been through a lot. That's what the book tells me. Okay, G. Gilbert. Pendant. In lawn. Requirement 12. Chain broke in 2. If we have the pendant, we can get into the rituals, right? Supposedly, all you need is the pendant to get in the ritual. My only thing is, like, we don't know where the rituals are. And I don't know if we need the necklace for it or we just need the pendant. You know, is that odd to just walk up to them with a fucking gem and not the whole thing? Like, clearly it's stolen. Or is that totally normal and Flip put it in a necklace so we wouldn't lose it? So I feel a little like I don't know what I want to do with the information. I feel like I want to keep it, but since it's giving me the option to give it back, I kind of want to see what would happen if I gave it back. It's also telling me you may discard either requirement card 9 or 12, so I'm wondering if we find a fake one at some point that's number 9. So maybe we can give her that. Maybe that's a better way of doing it. Just waiting until we possibly find requirement card 9, and if it happens to be in the necklace and we happen to have time and we want to give it back, then we'll give her the fake one. Because I bet if I check the supplemental encounters, it'll say, if you gave her 9, do this. If you gave her 12, read this. So, like, it's possible that 9's a fake and 12's real, and then we need the real one to get into the thing. Hey guys, I got this pendant that totally gets me into your rituals, right? I heard they're really on the up and up. Yeah, doesn't that sound just a little shady? But at the same time, like, maybe we'll find a fake one and we can just flip them out. I'm willing to hold on to it for a little bit. I think we should. I think that's what my opinion is. Let's hold on to it for a little while. And Flip's the one who lost it. Why is he gonna be upset with his mom? That's how I feel. Pendants, jewelry. We could almost go to, like, the jewelry store, if that would help, or, the Miskatonic Paranormal Society plans to visit the Unvisited Isle on December 31st. According to the statement given by one member, the Unvisited Isle has been the site of many strange occurrences and activities for years. We hope to get to the bottom of the rumors surrounding the island and come back with proof of paranormal activity, one member told the advertiser. Anyone interested in joining the Paranormal Society may attend their monthly meeting held on first and third Wednesday of every month. How fun, okay, so Friday's December 29th is day 1. Or no, yeah, day 1. December 30th is Saturday. December 31st is Sunday. January 1st would be Monday. January 2nd, Tuesday. So on the last day, day 6, we could totally go to the Paranormal Society and see, and go to the, or no, we should go to the Unvisited Isle on December 31st. We should go on The 29th? We should go on day 3, right? We should do that. We should go with the Paranormal Society to the Invisited Isle. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I feel like that's worth doing. Probably better to hold on to it. That's what I'm thinking too. That's totally what I'm thinking too. And this last one doesn't really say much to me. Okay, so do we know anything about... I wonder if we should go to, like, where Armitage gets his haircut. Or, where did he say he gets his haircut? He said the French Hill, but he said something barbershop, Carter's or something. He said... College barbershop. We could go there and see if he, like, left us clues there because he's name dropping places. We could go to... Let's go talk to Coffin, maybe? We've never, ever talked to Will Coffin. And this is the first time he's been really brought up. Which, I don't know where he lives. He is at the Fleetwood Diner. So often you would think he might live there. Let's go talk to him. D2. I'm not sure if it's going to be a waste of our time, but I'm curious. It's the first time he's come up, and if he's got a bunch of random information with unsavory beings, then maybe he'll know about this fucking pendant too. D2, Fleetwood Diner, Coffin. D1, D2. Oops. Well, there's that. D2. And we need to move things. When was the last time I moved something? We have C11, L4, F15. Oh shit, we might be too far. D9, D77, D2. Okay, so we're alright. D3, we should go to the Invisited Isle. D2. At the Fleetwood Diner, you find William Coffin in a corner booth, trying and failing to look inconspicuous. You sit down and ask Coffin what he saw. He looks at you reproachfully and holds one finger to the air, smiling. You hand him $1. You suddenly just dropped, like a dead tick off a horse's, he tells you. So no one hit you over the head? You ask, eager to catch Pascal in a lie. Nah, well, I don't think so, but I was looking over this fine little miss named Adeline Sharpley, and she's quite shapely, if you know what I mean. You're getting very irritated and impatient. Coffin is not taking any of this seriously. Clearly, he places no value on human life except for his own. So, Fleetwood Diner suddenly dropped. No one hit. So, it's probably not worth the time that we spent, but whatever. Whatever. Maybe that just helps reaffirm the suspicion that we shouldn't trust our buddy. Do we want to go to the Invisited Isle at any point this day? And if we do, my follow-up question would be, do we want to go during the day or like during the evening? Because I don't know when the Paranormal Society's coming, but they're going. They're going... It probably tells us. I think it just says. According to the statement, given by one member, hope to get to the bottom of the rumors surrounding the island and come back with proof of paranormal. Maybe we could make a compromise and go in the afternoon. And this isn't really a lead, it's just a newspaper thing, but the newspapers are oddly specific, so I feel like it might be worth it. 2 cents for these newspapers. 2 cents. Alright. Where's the end of the aisle again? M9. Alright, maybe not go there. I go there? Battery, thank you for the host. Welcome. How are you? What's up? Welcome to Mythos Tales, our very last investigation. The very last. Hello. I'm a little stuck right now. I don't know if anybody else is feeling a little stuck, but I'm feeling a little stuck. We have a lead about flowers. Maybe we could go to Florence's Flowers and see, like, ask her if Armitages ever come in there. Holding on for the night? Alright, that's fair. That's fair. Well, we're investigating things. Feel free to help if you'd like. The exclamation point resources is where we're finding everything, but if you feel confused at all, let us know, because there's a lot happening. We're investigating a kidnapping right now and trying to catch a mentor in a lie. It's a lot happening, and I'm feeling lost. I have my directory, and I'm just not sure what to go with this. The guy who I thought was going to be some sort of a lead isn't. I'm gonna ignore. I'm gonna take that off of there. Fleetwood Diner. I'm gonna put a little coffin here. Yeah, we'll just do this. That's better. Dunwich Stories, all of that. Madam Whately. Nothing to go through that. Alright, I'm gonna go with going to the aisle, starting there, and then if it tells us that we should come back later, might do that. Just like if there's an entry there. I don't know. It just feels like, it just feels right, I guess. It feels like something to do. Paranormal investigations. People are going to investigate then. I'm looking for some paranormal shit. It just feels like the right thing to do. 9, right? And this is aisle M9. Oh, and there's no entry. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. There's no entry. Man, I was convinced too. I was convinced there would be something. That sucks. That's so disappointing. That's so disappointing. I feel disappointed. So don't know if I want to hear this one. I'm a little too bright for my likings right now. I'm gonna go to the next one. I think I like this one better. Just because I'm feeling like this one might be more. Should we go to the library? That's always like a really, it's helpful. Or, wow, I can't believe that's not something to do. Unvisited aisle. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked. There we go. Okay. I'm like looking at the newspapers and stuff, like what do? We need the First Baptist Church, Order of the Rising Star. You know what? Maybe we could do something. There's a tattoo parlor, isn't there? Would that be your stretch? There's a tattoo parlor, and I don't think we've ever been there. And if these people are getting tattoos, they might have some sort of like, maybe we should get a tattoo and that would help us get into the nightly ritual. It might be worth looking into. Tattoo parlor, D38. Would you guys, should we get a tattoo? Should we go to the tattoo parlor? And then, where's the Florence's? Florence's Flowers, okay. So, I'm just gonna write these down as possibilities. Tattoo parlor. D38. Florence's Flowers. F3. I feel like this might be a strange lead, but if it's something, do it. Well, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. A little bit of encouragement. That's committed. I know, but it's something strange that all the members, like, there's a picture of it in the newspaper article, and that guy at the restaurant had it. It just feels like something that we should do. Hi, Lunchbox. How are you? What's up? It feels obscure, I know, but I really want to try it, and I've already done something with no entry, so, like, fuck it. I'm wasting time, I guess. Where is my screen? There it is. Let's move it. Battery! Henry donated 15 for Extra Life. First donation. Sending the Extra Life love from New Orleans. Battery, thank you for your Extra Life. I'm so glad that I had those alerts still on. I fixed them and then everything was broken recently and I was like hoping that they still worked. Thank you so much for your Extra Life donation. I cannot wait to get things ready for you guys for all of the canvases for Extra Life that we're going to give away and kind of give you guys more information on that. That's going to be so much fun. Extra Life is going to be a lot of fun this year. I think Jess and I might be playing, we might play, like we talked about it and I'm really hoping we get to do it, but I'm trying to get Overcooked 2 and hope that we can play it during Extra Life, but have to talk to you about it again, but those are like plans. They're plans. Just eating some chicken Alfredo made with jalapenos. Oh yeah. Oh, Lunchbox. That sounds delicious. I'm not a huge jalapeno fan, but chicken Alfredo is so delicious. And giving it a kick sounds delicious. Oh, look at the little dog with the hat. And the fucking party popper is so cute. That's so cute. Alright, D38. Let's hope there is an encounter at D38. Are we ready? D38, there is. There's something at the tattoo parlor. We can go. We're going to the tattoo parlor, and I thought this was a really good idea. Nice. You can't believe you're doing this. A young man sporting a military haircut and several tattoos of his own walks over and greets you. You nervously try to explain what the tattoo looks like. Oh yeah, I've done a couple of those. I know exactly what you want. You a new member? You shake your head. He smiles and shows you to a chair. You're the first one to come in without a drawing. The other two said if I didn't get it exact, they would be in trouble. This is something you did not want to hear. An hour later, you have your first tattoo. You wonder what your mother will say when she sees it. Take requirement card 6. We got a tattoo! Tattoo needs to be exact. Lunchbox, how are you? All's good today? How was your weekend? How were your streams? I saw you on a little bit earlier. I think you were doing some Overwatch. 2 to be exact. 2 others. And requirement 6. And we're gonna turn on requirement 6. Do I have 6 already? I thought I did. There we go, 6. Just eating. Stream was boring. Those Sunday feels. It happens. It was a super low energy type weekend. It was super chilly here. And all I wanted to do was like lay in bed and do not a lot. We went for a walk and we got food yesterday, and today I accomplished some stuff, but I didn't accomplish any of my stuff that I need to do for work, so I'm sure I'm gonna have a stressful tomorrow, but I don't really care. It was a very, like, I don't know, this weekend just needed to dial it back a notch. So I don't know anything. Tattoo parlor, what else do we know about them? We just know that they have tattoos. We know that the Dark Man greeted us at the First Baptist Church, which was where F15. We had so much rain yesterday, it was nuts. I think it's probably gonna rain here tomorrow. I think it might rain here tomorrow. It's been cold, and like a really nice way though. It's been like 67 or something. It's been chilly, but it's been just like overcast the past 2 days and chilly, and it's just been really good. I don't know. I could have been outside because it's gorgeous, but at the same time, like, I'm good with being in bed too. And like accomplishing stuff that way. I don't know where to fucking go. This is killing me that I don't know where to go. The flower shop? I'm just gonna say yes. Let's just go to the flower shop. Because we're picking up random clues, so something's gotta give. F3, right? Florence's Flowers, F3. And I'm gonna move this down to, where's my thing? Down to here. Move that there. And the flower shop. Hopefully there's something there, but you never know. D, F. F3. F3, there's things at the flower shop. These are really good, like, flyer type places to go. These are really good. I have no idea where I'm supposed to go, so let's go here type places. Look at us picking up on clues. You speak directly with Florence, the owner of the flower shop. She has no idea what you're going on about at first, but then her eyes light up. Actually, I almost forgot, but a tall man came in here a week ago and told me that, well, I'll be. That's you he was talking about. He said you would be asking all sorts of questions. He gave me this note to give to you. The note reads, you being in the shop lets me know you are hot on my trail. I would rather suggest you get on a bus to Innsmouth, indicating you are ready to make a deal. Travel to Innsmouth bus station and get on a bus for Innsmouth. That commits you to my offer, and I will tell you where Armitage is. You will tell them to be indebted to me for. You will then be indebted to me for all eternity, and I will immediately show you how to find Armitage. You have this odd feeling someone is looking over your shoulder. When you turn your head, there is Florence, about 10 inches from your nose, reading your letter. Weird letter, she blurts. You are aghast at how nosy she is. Sounds like you should hire a PI or something like that. Exciting stuff. Wish I could be part of the mystery, really. That would break some of the monotony. So, you gonna get on the bus, or what are you gonna do? You're so disgusted you leave without another word. Okay, so we got a letter from the Dark Man encouraging taking a bus to Innsmouth. For some reason I like Florence because she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, hey, what you got there? Oh, you got a letter? That's a really strange letter. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna handle it? I mean, I'll come with you if you really want me to. It's super funny. Fucking Florence. She didn't even tell us anything we needed about the flowers. Letter from the Dark Man encouraging you taking to go into the bus. Hot on his trail. Okay, there's that. What else we got? Let's just keep knocking these random fucking stops out of the park. Except for the whole Into the Denial thing. That was rough. That was disappointing. August 29th, June 30th. Why can I never find May 2nd? That's the one that has the back of the December. Okay. Roosevelt giving addresses, discount poinsettias, taxidermist is open for business. Protect yourself and your family this new year. Visit Glenn's Gunsmith for personal protection. Give yourself a new look this new year. Come to Miss Fanny's Beauty Parlor for a stunning new you. Announcements about Madame Waitley. Luxury ride. Stop thumb sucking. Thumb sucking can be immediately corrected with this Baby Alice thumb guard. Look at this fucking thing. How stupid. Baby Alice thumb guard. So silly. So silly. Nathaniel Wingate Peasley is accepting tenants. Applicants should be of good moral character and be able to provide references. Arkham Sanatorium is hiring for all shifts. Librarian assistant needed at the library. Part-time employment needed for assistant. Third shift, physical labor. No questions, please. Interested should contact H. West. Seeking used automobile, cash or trade, contact Dorothy Davis for more information. I'm super intrigued by this job, though. Part-time employment needed for assistant. Third shift, physical labor. No questions, please. Interested parties should contact H. West. Should we go contact H. West? Adding a new greenhouse for the science department. According to the university, office renovation will be completed later this week, while a new greenhouse, a former warehouse, will be completed later this month. I don't think that helps. We don't know that much. I'm gonna go back and read F15 again. I feel like something about the exchange we had with the Dark Man would help us figure out whatever he's... What else did he say? He said something about your beginning is end. I'm gonna put that in bold. Okay. Inside the chapel, you find a narrow hallway. Where does he start talking about? Before vanishing, the Dark Man says, to show you my good faith, I give you a riddle. Maybe you can find him on your own. And then it says, your beginning is his end. I feel like this is going to lead me back to, like, Dunwich? Or the gypsy place, wherever we were in French Hill. Did we know the girl's name of the gypsy's name? It was Madame Waitley, but like, we just knew it. Should we go see Chuckley? And just kind of follow that? Because he would know the actresses and stuff. I know that's not really following the silver or the fucking Rising Star thing, but I'm kind of out of ideas on the Rising Star. So I'm thinking the next lead that we had about the gypsy was that she was probably an actress, about 20, and that we know somebody who's like in the up and up with the acting people. So, like the acting crowd. So like, that, I'm gonna go with that. Checkley, let's just see if he has something to say. I really want to figure out I want to kind of follow what Pascal's saying, but like, I guess it's fair for me to not trust him too. What did I just say? It was U18? U18. Ambrose Sheckley. Then we'll move the token to day 4. We could touch base with Fenton too after this, if we want, at Mr. Magging's. U18. You watch Ambrose Chuckley as he's leaving his house. He's dressed to the nines and holding a leash which terminates at the neck of a laughably small dog. He snorts at you. You know, all these years I've known Armitage, never thought he'd be taken by an act. He thought he was revealing one act when in fact, another act? Got it? So you were there, you ask? Oh no, darling, I wasn't there, but a gypsy woman was there. Was the makeup that convincing? Emma Jane is a young woman around 28, maybe younger. She's been in Arkham for years and is known around the theaters, although she doesn't get any good parts. Perhaps she should. Who hired her, you ask? Now you'd have to ask Emma about that. She likes to party, so maybe check in with her at night. She likes to party? Is she like gonna be partying at her house? Okay, what did he say? Emma Jane likes to party. Check in with her at night. Actress, about 28. Known around parts. Okay, that's as much as we probably need to know about her. Emma Jane. Let's see. We can figure out where she lives, at least by looking up Jane E. I'm assuming that that's going to be in here. If not, that's not a big deal. Jane E. U44. Emma Jane. Let's do this. U44? Is that what I said? Or 40? Yeah, 44? E. Jane. Jane, where'd you go? Yeah, U44. Okay. But we check her at night. We have to figure out something else to do for the afternoon. I'm thinking... Let's go to Mr... What's his name? Manning. Mr. Manning's downtown. Manning's something or other. Manning A. Mannington's restaurant. Manning A is probably it. D71. He didn't say anything about a restaurant, did he? Where was Fenton at? L4? I'm gonna check back and see what he said about that place just to make sure. If you need to talk to me again, come by Mr. Manning's downtown, but don't come too soon. I may not be there for a day or two. Just come if you get stuck. Okay, so I'm thinking it's probably a Manning A or whatever. D71. D71. We'll start with that. D71. Are there multiple entries for Manning? No, there's only the one for the person. There's a restaurant that says, it's Mannington's restaurant, but Mannington isn't what he says, so I was just kind of making sure. I don't know. I felt super weird about just being able to find it. And the Mannington's restaurant is downtown too. So it just made me feel a little strange about it. But there's only that one otherwise. Manning. Marsh. Where did it go? Manuel Manning. So there's the Manley Theater, Manning A, Mannington's Restaurant, and Manuel I. So I'm going to say that's probably correct. And we're going in the afternoon of day 4. And maybe he'll just have an update for us or something. D71. Okay. If you arrive before day 3, read entry 5 in supplemental encounters. If you arrive on or after day 3, read entry 7 in supplemental encounters. Okay, so page 169, entry 7, because we're here on day 4. Wait. Page 169, entry 7. Pascal greets you at the door and ushers you inside. I have only a moment, but I will tell you this. They are holding the rituals every night at the old warehouses. You will need a pendant or maybe 2 to get inside. They guard the door during the rituals. Suddenly the door opens and a man walks in. Pascal looks up and pretends to be dismissing you. Well, it was great to see you again, my friend. If you can go over my index again and make sure it's in alphabetical order, that would be fantastic. And you are whisked outside. Yeah, that's it. That's it. He tells us they're holding nightly rituals. Okay, A. Manning. Pascal tells us they are holding nightly rituals at the old warehouses. You need a pendant or two to get inside. They're holding nightly rituals every night at the old warehouses. You need a pendant or maybe two to get inside. They guard the door during their rituals. Okay, so that's it. So the old warehouses. Are there multiple warehouses? We keep having these conversations about warehouses in this place. Warehouses, the docks, the old warehouses, M40. Let's go. I'm debating on whether we should go to Emma Jane's house or the warehouse. I wonder if there's a way to find out who the other person was that got the tattoo. Because that's who has the other pendant. So that's where we would need to get it from. Could it be the girl? That's my hang up is if we go, so we only have 2 nights left. Well, we technically have 3. We can either go to the old warehouse tonight and see what happens if we have 1 pendant, or we can go to Emma Jane's tonight and then the next day in 3 turns go to the old warehouses on the night of day 5. Which maybe we'd be better prepared. Oh my gosh, my nose is itching again. Maybe we'd be better prepared if we waited until tomorrow. But have we heard anybody? We haven't heard anybody else's name. We haven't heard anybody. We've seen Coffin. We've went to the diners. The only thing that we're really not doing is going to... We haven't tried to go back to Armitage's house at all, which we don't have the key, so it doesn't really matter. We haven't gone to... Can you break into the tattoo parlor and look? No. If we went to the tattoo parlor once, that's the only encounter there for the duration of this. Unless there's like a supplemental. It's probably good to go to Emma's house, you think? I'm trying to think of like so let's take a moment and look at the tattoo parlor D38. You're the first to come in without a drawing. The other 2 said if I didn't get it exactly, exact, they would be in trouble. Okay, so the drawing, I was wondering if there was any like description of the drawing or if there was any description of what the drawing would be on. This is something you did not want to hear. An hour later, you have your first tattoo and you wonder what your mother would say when she sees it. So requirement card 6 is the tattoo. Requirement card 12 is 1 pendant. And we know requirement card 9 is the other pendant. The only other person's name that we've heard is the girl. Other than this Dunwich stuff and Waitley. Is there a straight up address for Waitley? Like, that seems silly. Because we know that, Emma's playing her, but just out of curiosity. Okay, there is. There's a C Waitley at N67. Okay, so how about we go to Emma Jane's house this night. In the morning, we try maybe to see this C Waitley. depending on what Emma says. I don't know what we do in the afternoon, and then that night we go to something else. So the Dark Man could have that tattoo. There's always the option of getting on the bus. But I don't really want to give up that hard. Fuck, I really wish we could remember this flower thing too. That's killing me. That is absolutely killing me. That's why I want to go to his house, because I feel like if we're going to find anything else out about the flowers, then maybe I took really good notes on the first time. I didn't. There's nothing about flowers here. There's nothing about flowers there. There's nothing about flowers during our notes for the play or the vampires. Sounds like a good plan. Okay. Okay, let's do that then. Emma Jane, U44. She better not waste my damn time. I'm worried that she's gonna waste my time because she is just an actress. But like, she would know who hired her, I guess. Maybe. Or she would know what's happening. I don't know. She's gotta have some information. I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff. Alright. U44. Let's just hope she's home. The only thing that annoys me is that we don't know who the other two who got, we know one of them. One of them was Flip Gilbert. So we don't know the second one, and that's what's killing me. That's why Gilbert had the one pendant. So whoever else has the tattoo, that's who has the other pendant. Alright, we're gonna move this down to the night of day 4. We're gonna talk to Emma. We're gonna hope she has a tattoo. U44. She's beautiful without the makeup on, and she clearly looks familiar as the gypsy lady. Emma Jane invites you in like an old friend, and you are surprised she does not appear alarmed when you tell her you want to ask her questions about the gypsy show. Now, that was weird. I was paid more than I've ever been paid, and they were watching to make sure I was convincing. That old man that came on the stage, sure. That old man that came on the stage sure had me convinced too. Her eyes bulge out of your head when she finally recognizes you. Wait. She pauses then. She pauses when she realizes you are looking for Armitage. What's going on? Your heart is racing. You're sure she can tell you something, although suddenly she looks worried. They told me some nonsense about talking to people. I thought it was strange, so I ignored it. You question how they took Armitage, and more importantly, who took him. I thought something was strange about the whole affair, she stammers. They put a bag over his head, and then this other woman whisked me away and paid me in cash. I thought your friend was part of the actor. Really, I didn't know. I haven't heard from them since. If you're asking who hired me, I was approached at the Manly by 3 men, all with star tattoos on their wrists. They were pleasant enough. Sorry, I don't know anything more. You're convinced the actress is telling the truth, so you leave her after getting all you can out of her. So she really, hired at Manly Theater by 3 men with star tattoos on their wrists. Is that what she said? Yep, star tattoos on their wrists. Otherwise, there's not like much. Sounds like the cult hired her. Yeah, absolutely. We could go to the Manly Theater. Trying to think of like, I really don't know where else we could go. Where's the Manly Theater at? I always end up looking for this stupid theater. This theater is so reoccurring. Manly Theater, N9. N9. don't see why not. I don't really know where else to go, so I don't see why not. Summer baseball begins in June. Oh wait, that's a different one. Otherwise, what if we go see maybe we should take this morning slot to go to the Manly, but the afternoon slot we should go to H West and see about the job that he's hiring for. I really want to do that. I'm gonna look that up real quick. West, and I'm just gonna hope that there's an encounter there. West. West. Where are you, West? West. E West? There is no H West. There's an E West. Not Herbert West. She's going to ask us to dig up a bunch of corpses? Who's Herbert West? Because that might be what it's talking about. It's talking about fucking physical labor and don't ask questions. It's just a funny... What is the... There are so many references in this game that I don't know. Well, I'm okay with that. Not gonna waste my time on it. Reanimator is one of Lovecraft's stories. He was set on Reanimated. The Reanimator, I've heard of the Reanimator. I didn't know that his name was Herbert West. That's amazing. What a fun little catch. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you said that because I was ready to investigate and waste all of the time. All of it. Just gonna waste it. And 9. Let's hope that this isn't a waste of time. And 9. The Manly is bustling with rehearsals. You mingle with a group of young thespians when one conversation leads to how hard it is for actors to get a job in this town. A young man rehearsing his lines for Hamlet has a very intense conversation with the director. Apparently the lead actress playing Ophelia has not been showing up for rehearsal. I think she's working at that flower shop, so I'll drop by to see her tomorrow and see what's going on, the director says. That's strange. Okay, lead actress not showing up for a few days for rehearsal. Oh, it just doesn't say. Rehearse here, so working at that flower shop. Are there more than one flower shops? I know, that seems strange to me. If it was that flower shop, it would be, there would have been, that just feels weird. Let's see if there's another one. Diners, parlor, okay, future, no, gas stations, hotels, other locations. There was a whole section of shops, stores, okay. Taxidermist, tobacconist, barbershop, general store, gift shop, printing, bakery, house clothiers, blacksmith, theatrical supplies, apothecary, bindery, market, bicycle shop, groceries, curios and antiques, barbershop, locksmiths, furniture and carpets, goldsmith, glassblowers, music store, trains and toys, grocery store, Florence's Flowers, office supplies, department stores, gunsmiths, ice cream emporium, auto lot, stamps and coins, boutique, ice house, stonecutters, hardwares, alarms and lock safes, confectionery, glazers, timepieces, boats and baits, used books, beauty parlor, laundry, market, optometrist, bookstore, ladies' beauty salon, pet shop, radio center, rare books and maps, Redgrave's Caravan, Salmon's Haberdashery, Sears Roebuck Catalog Store, Bakery, and Tattoo Parlor. University Shoe Store, University Shop, Uptown Laundry, Walgreens Drugs, Walgreens drugs, optics and fancy toys, Woolworths fives and dimes, clipping service, fine jewelers. There's just Florence. A glazer is a window maker, and a haberdashery is a hat shop. Oh, I did not know that. Haberdashery. Salmon's haberdashery. Laundry and steam plant. Is there any flower stores? Be great if it was Florence. I feel like there's something strange, like. But when we went there, F3, when we went there was nothing weird other than the note. Yeah, there's nothing. There's no notes or anything like that says if you come here this time. Working in that flower shop. We don't even know her name. We just know that she's working there. Is there like, I don't know where Florence lives. Local culture, gallery of art, diners, lots of diners, libraries, boarding houses. I don't know. I mean, if that was meant to lead us there, that's fine, but that doesn't help us at all, like. Okay. So, afternoon. Alright, I am stuck. Just shower now. I hope you win. Thank you so much, Whitlix. Thank you. I do too, but I'm feeling a little unsure of ourselves right now. Feeling a little unsure. I don't know. What is Armitage? Maybe we should just go to his house. That's the only thing that I can think of is like U8 is where he lives, or C23A. This is his office, which we don't really need to go to his office probably, but we could go to the library in one swipe. Do we want to go to the library? Do we need anything from the library? Restricted section. I feel like we don't want to go to the library until we have the skeleton key that Armitage has. Armitage's only clues were he mentioned going to Dr. Sutton. He mentioned going to the diner, Bee's Diner. He mentioned getting his hair cut. We could go to the barber shop. I'm gonna flip back to the setup, I think. Just like setup, okay. College barbershop. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like he mentions that quite a bit. Armitage wastes no time proving himself a curmudgeon. With the cane in hand, he bustles quickly towards the parked caravan where a painted sign reads, Madame Whately, fortune teller. Recognizing the Dunwich surname, you become genuinely angry with him and his childish tantrum. The events of Dunwich were over a decade ago. He should let it go. I'm gonna write that actually. Dunwich stories over a decade ago. Perhaps old friend, once we are done here, I think you should go see Dr. Sutton and have your head examined. You must promise me. Did you bring this woman here to instigate this? You yell. You created this Madam Waitley, didn't you? Pascal narrows his eyes. Inside your inner left pocket, the skeleton key. You keep it dear to protect something of great value. Restricted section at the university library. We can try the barbershop. You think? You think that's worth it? The only thing that I'm like, the whole time he was talking, it feels like he was like dropping clues. What is his favorite flower? And like, the only thing I can think of for the flower is like either things that he frequented would know, or his house. Or Amelia Sargent worked with him forever, so if we went to the library, maybe it would be worth it. Do we know where the barbershop is? College barbershop? It's probably at the college. It's probably C something or other. Schools, Miskatonic University. Oh no, it's in French Hill. That's right. College barbershop, F4. Let's try it. Because I really don't know what to do. And I feel like that's it's a lead of some sort. Of some sort. Armitage knew some shit was going down, so he clearly tried to prep us in some way. F4. Oh, there's an entry here. You're lucky to catch Eddie Hellenholm, PI, as he hails a cab outside of his office. Eddie has a New York accent and always smiles out the side of his mouth. I'm glad you came to see me here, Pally, but I gotta kiss off. My girl is packing her bag, so I'm rushing home to stop her. Dames, you know what I mean? They play you like a fiddle, take all your money and pride, then toss you to the dogs. You apologize for his problems and tell him you would like to hire him to investigate a cult. He smiles and you find him very charming. Sorry, Pally, I got to run. But I tell you what, I'll give you a little bit of PI advice. If you're following up on a dame, just go home and eat some ice cream. If it's anything else, I may know the cult you're talking about. New Orleans, new order in town. If you can get inside the First Baptist Church where I've heard they meet, and you need to get a tattoo, where I've heard they meet, and you need to get a tattoo of a star on your wrist from the tattoo parlor. And he shows you his tattoos before hopping in with Arlo. Arlo yells Eddie. Eddie, my main man! Hey, Arlo. Hey, Arlo, pay me a tune. The cab drives off. If you can get inside the First Baptist Church where I've heard they meet, and you need to get a tattoo of a star on your wrist from the tattoo parlor. That was F4? That was the barbershop? That felt like super random. You were lucky to catch as he hails a cab outside of his office. That felt super like college barbershop. Didn't that feel weird? Like it... PI? Like how did... I mean, I guess the PI might be college barbershop. F4. F4. You're lucky to catch Eddie Holt. I guess we found him outside the barbershop, but it just feels like a really strange thing. But alright, I'll take it. Well, that confirms we need a tattoo to get in. Yeah, we definitely needed it. Oh yeah, this would be the afternoon. So we could go to the old warehouses now. See what happens when we only have one pendant. Eddie. Oops. Hellenholm, PI. If you're following up with a dame, get ice cream. That makes me wonder if we should go to the ice cream emporium too. Maybe a little bit of PI advice. If you are following up on a dame, just go home and eat some ice cream. If it's anything else, I may know the cult you're talking about. Nah, that's not what he means. Okay, no ice cream emporium. We'll skip the ice cream. If you can get inside the First Baptist Church, and he shows you his tattoos before hopping in with Arlo. Arlo yells at Eddie. Eddie, my main man. Alright, so First Baptist Church. Tattoos. Arlo. Arlo keeps coming up too. I wonder if we should go on a ride with Arlo. Like, go on a taxi ride. Okay. I don't know. Should we go to the old warehouses? At the old warehouses. Oh, I didn't mark it. Shit, I didn't mark it. M40. M40. Old warehouses. Nightly rituals. I hope this works out. I'm worried because of the pendant situation. But I feel like when we talked to Flip, if he would have, he would have told us that, he only had one pendant. So we should be fine. Let's just hope. I'm gonna move this down here. Let's just hope. M40. If this is your first time at the old warehouse, turn to supplemental encounters on page and read entry 11. Oh. If this is not your first time at the old warehouse and is morning or afternoon, proceed to this one. If it is not your first time and it is night, proceed to this one. Okay, so we need to read entry 11. You approach the old warehouses, taking stock of the location. This part of Arkham is run down. You notice a man stalking a ramshackle newsstand close to the warehouses and walk across the street to talk to him. You a member? He asks. Some of them have tattoos on their wrists, you know? You approach him and begin asking him questions. He seems eager to talk to anyone. Rising star or some such nonsense. I try to make conversation with them when they're coming and going, but they won't have it. You don't look like one of those folks. Your eyes are taking things in. Some sort of detective or investigator, I bet. Detective Robert Scripps. Been here snooping around, you know? Detective Robert Scripps been here snooping around, you know? Interesting. Okay, so I might need to write his name down. Scripps. You begin to confirm his suspicions, but he keeps talking without pause. I reckon I've even seen the guy in charge of this place, Mac something. Funny thing is, Mac is the only friendly one of the lot. Not that you'd get that impression with the way the other members treat him. Yes, sir, this and right away, sir, that. Must be some kind of higher up. He's different when he talks to me. He seems really interested in the neighborhood, saying the order wants to do good things for the neighborhood to improve it. Good luck with that, I say. I say to him, and we always laugh. Max seems like a good people, but I get the feeling there's a lot of them are up to no good. Just what Arkham needs, another cult. The Silver Twilight weirdos are bad enough, and that Carl Sandburg, what a piece of work. You interrupt the vendor and ask him what the warehouse is used for. They meet every night. I hear them chanting, see the lights. Can't make anything out, though. I got bored one day and went up to the warehouse, and this giant dog came out and chased me off. Let me tell you, friend, I haven't run that fast in my entire life. I only say this because of, if you are a detective, like I bet you are, you have an urge to check it out. I can't tell you whether to do that or not, but I figured I'd warn you regardless. You thank him for his time and information, and he pauses. You know, never did give you my name. Well, if I ended up helping you out, just come visit old Tank here, maybe buy a paper or two. I consider it fair trade. Okay, so old warehouses, met Tank. He said the orders, yeah, let's capitalize it. Orders new leader's name is Mac. Leader Mac. Wants to do good for the city. Some other, he said Detective Robert Scripps has been snooping. He mentions the Silver Twilight. I guess maybe we should talk to Lyman. We could could go see what they know about these people. I don't remember where Lyman is, but maybe that's what we should do next. I think I'm gonna go BRB for a moment, and then we come back. I'll talk, I think maybe Lyman, unless you guys have another idea, but I've drank a lot of water, so give me a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, back. And I may or may not have a mini ice cream bar. It's very, very small, but I found myself wanting ice cream. Was that subliminal messaging in that last conversation we had that reinforced my thought of I really want ice cream? So I took a mini ice cream bar. And I'm eating it right now. And then we're gonna talk to someone. I don't know who. I'm thinking Lyman. I think it might be my best bet. Good, and we still have some music left. I was like thought maybe we were getting to the end of the playlist too. Like running out of time. He says Scripps, right? Robert Scripps. Okay. I had a mini ice cream bar. It was delicious. Wow, those bits went flying. I know. I wanted to eat the ice cream first. I'm like, I'm gonna eat this ice cream first, and then we'll return. They're like these little tiny. They're like this big, and they're dark chocolate and vanilla ice cream, and they're like dark chocolate coating or whatever. I love dark chocolate. They're really good. And then I looked up and I saw Scripps, and I'm like, I think that was the last name of the dude. Okay. Alright, Lyman, where you be? I hope this isn't a wasted trip to him. I feel like it might be, but that was something else that Pascal mentioned in the beginning, like don't forget about the Twilight or whatever, but like, we're on the last day, so this is gonna go well, I'm sure. Sebastian Lyman, L18. We're in the last fucking day. I do not have enough information for this last day. Oh my god, words! I don't have enough information to be doing this right now. Oh, this is not... I'm a little nervous. Little nervous. You creep around to the back of the entrance of the Order of the Silver Twilight. You knock in a familiar pattern and wait impatiently for several minutes. Sebastian Lyman emerges, surprised to see you. Good to see you, friend. It's been an age. How's Armitage holding up? You recount the story of Armitage's disappearance, and Lyman looks at you sympathetically. I'm so sorry, friend. I know we'd be glad to have you on the case. You ask Lyman if he can offer any assistance. I haven't heard anything about a disappearance. All the talk around here is about the new cult in town, the Order of the Rising Star. They're growing rapidly, and Carl Sanford is throwing fits. We've lost a couple of members to them, you see. Lyman looks around and leans in, speaking softly. Sanford even had one of our folks join on purpose, to get the lay of the land, so to speak. Apparently, the Rising Star operates out of an antique store in the Merchant District, but our plant says that's a front. He passed the initiation and told us that they hold nightly ritual ceremonies at one of their locations. They have a few, not sure how many. Wait here. He goes back inside and comes out holding a piece of paper. Our plant spotted a couple of familiar faces at these ceremonies. Okay, you should skedaddle, because if they see me talking to you, I'm toast. Lemon hands you a note with 3 names listed. Tina Pock, Sam Webquish, and Ray Gladding. Oh gosh, okay. So, Rising Star operates out of Antiques Store. Did he say, like, which one? He just said an antique store. I know there's one listed in the directory. Operates out of an antique store in the Merchant District as a front. And then 3 familiar faces. We have Tina Pock. Actually, we'll just put them all on here. Tina Pock, Sam Webquish, and Ray Gladding. Okay. Tina Pock, Sam Webquish, and Ray Gladding. So here comes, like, I don't know. I don't know the best way to handle this. We have basically 1 move left. We have 2 moves. But the last one, since when we went to the warehouse, it gave us a precursor if we hadn't been there, and then another one if we have been there. I'd like to go back there on the last evening during the nightly ritual. So we can go to one of these people's house, but we still can't answer the question about the flowers. So I'm almost willing to waste it and try to go to Armitage's house. And I don't know if that's smart or not. Like, I'm not sure what to do. Because there's no way we're going to be able to go to all 3 of these people's houses. At very most, we can go to 2 of their houses. But I really doubt that they're gonna give us much more than if we just go to the Twilight meeting, or the Star meeting. I think I want to go at night to just try and get into the ritual, which is probably not going to happen, but, like, I'd like to try, because going to the day seems stupid. So we could go to the antique store and then go to the warehouse. But the antique store is a front anyways, so I don't know if there's gonna be like information there, since we know that the old warehouse is like the antique store may be the clue to get us to the old warehouse when we already know where to go. So I'm not like super really needing to go there, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should go to his house or any of these people's house, or I'm just not feeling very confident. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. I'll look at the newspaper and see if any of these names like seem familiar. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. They're just people who live around town. Look back. I'm just looking to the back one because why not? Krieg's locksmith. You know, something I never really thought about, but I bet a locksmith could get us into Armitage's house, but I don't really have enough time to do that. I would die. I'm going to... First, I'm going to take the name of the antique store down, because if that's one of the questions, then I'm going to... We'll have that at least. In the merchant district. Okay. I remember seeing Curios and Antiques M21. Merchant district. Curios and Antiques M21. I think that's what I said, M21? Yeah. Tina Pock, I'm just gonna look everybody up. Fuck it. I'm gonna look everybody up and at least have all of their information. Tina Pock lives downtown. She lives at D65. Sam Webquish lives D48. Ray Gladding. Everybody lives downtown. It's been a rough investigation. It really has. Ray Gladding. F27, so he lives in French Hill. F27. I just know that I want to end on the docks or the warehouse one. So otherwise I don't necessarily care. So we're going to roll I don't know even how to roll for this. Wonder if Detective Script is in the private companies, Eddie Hunnam, PI, D4. Wait a second. Okay, that's not there. Are D4 and F4 like next to each other? So I think there was a typo. Because D4 is supposed to be Eddie's office, but in the book it's labeled F4, and it says you're lucky to catch Eddie Hellenholm as he hails a cab outside of his office. F4 is like way across town, down in French Hill. That's supposed to be where the barber shop is. I feel like that's super messed up. Like, yeah, look, a note on the door states that the campus barbershop is closed due to the death of both. A note on the door states that the campus barbershop is closed due to the death both of a close friend and a family member. The shop will reopen next week. A note further explains that the barbershop's Frequent Friends Society will meet this weekend for a funeral of one of their older patrons, Huxtable Olive, who died at the ripe old age of 106. You find it hard to believe that someone could live that long. That's under L16 in the book. Which, there's no real way for me to figure out what that should be. Campus barbershop, college barbershop, campus bicycle shop, L16, Antonio's barbershop. They're supposed to be different. I think that's been a typo. Antonio's barbershop is L16, campus barbershop is F4. The detective's place was F4, so this was all messed up. This whole chunk was messed up. This was actually L16's entry. That's super confusing. I'm confused, but it's fine. Just read the entry about his house. About Dude's house, about Armitage's house. Like, go to his house, but we don't have the key to his house. That's what I really wanted to try and get. Or we could try Eddie's. Eddie's. Eddie who? Eddie, no, see, that's the thing. That's what's messed up, is we've already technically talked to Eddie. And this should be D4, but there's no entry for D4 in the book. So, like, if we were to have gone to Eddie's, we never would have been able to talk to him because he's listed under F4. Does that make sense? There's just a whole bunch of messed up type here. So F4 should be the campus barbershop, which is actually L16, which is fucking annoying because maybe there shouldn't be anything for L16. How much of the game have I missed today? Yeah, almost. Like 2/3. It's almost over. I'm gonna leave this fucking information here, but this was wrong. I'm just gonna act like we went to see Eddie, I guess, for some reason. Which kind of annoys me because I wasn't going, like, that wasn't a thing that I wanted to do, but at the same time, I would have gone to the barbershop, but, so I got more information than that, but it's fine. Yeah, it's a mess up in the print, like, it's a severe typo situation. Super annoying, but whatever. And when we read it, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. And then I see D4, I'm like, wait a second. So, I don't know, whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care what we do on the next one. I'm thinking we just go to... I wish we could figure out who Mac was. We have the first name of Mac. We don't have anything out of that. We have the people's names of possible members. don't know. That's a 12, but that's fine because I wasn't really, I don't know, I'm just rolling it to make myself feel better. 17, I'm rolling better than I did yesterday, damn. It's a 12 again. Okay. I am going to say, let's go to, if we can figure out who the detective is, Robert Scripp, I would like to go see him. And then finish at the warehouse. Scripps, Robert, F60. We got a 16. That's what I'm gonna go with. Let's go see the other detective who's been snooping around, and then maybe he can tell us something to where we don't die when we go into the warehouse with a fucking living on a prayer. Robert Scripps. And we're just going to have to ignore the flower question because you rolled a 4. Wow, digital dice. Wow, I feel like it's telling me this is a terrible idea. Wow. All right, Scripps, I hope you're home. F60. 60, all right. Robert Scripps is the happiest man alive. At least that's what he tells you. He shows you into his home and walks you right over to a baby crib. A baby girl is in a blue bonnet in bibs sleeps quietly. I wanted a girl and look what I got. You smile. Mrs. Scripps sleeping, sitting upright in a chair, exhausted. You ask about the Order of the Rising Star. Anything you can tell me might help. Recently Armitage was abducted, looking for all possible leads. Robert whispers, there's something going on with that order, I tell you. I'm not able to convince Garrison yet, but I will. I mean, they meet in 3 different buildings. Where do they get their money? The old warehouse is just one of their meeting places. So if they have Armitage, I'm betting he's kept in one of these 3 buildings. You ask him what are the other meeting places. Well, I think one of them is a Daniel Shea school. The other is somewhere in French Hill. I was about to find out exactly where when my wife went into labor. I hope that helps. Oh, and the other thing, I think these guys are a part of the recent break-ins around town. Didn't that occultist home get broken into? Okay, so meet in 3 locations. Warehouse, Daniel Shea School, and somewhere in French Hill. Which is not the antique store. Daniel Shea School is where exactly? I don't know. I'm feeling defeated, guys. Feeling real defeated. You too. Somewhere in French Hill. Just about to find out where. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't really hint at where else it would be. Maybe the First Baptist Church, probably? Isn't that... First Baptist Church is F15. That's French Hill. So I'm going to say 15. Yeah, I'm going to say that. So I guess the real question is, since this is technically the last move, do we want to go to the Daniel Shea School or to the old warehouses? I feel like the old warehouses. And then it won't count as a location because we've already been there. Let's just do that. And then we'll call it, I'm hoping. Unless anybody else has a better idea of the last one to do. Old warehouse. Could be that's where the tentacled statue is after all, right? And that's where the Dark Man was. Yeah. I feel like I got distracted by Fenton. hopefully Fenton just, like, figures out where he is. Old warehouse. Alright, I'm going back. M40. Okay, if this is not your first time at the old warehouse and it is morning or after, proceed to the supplemental encounters, read entry 10. If this is not your first time and it is night, you may proceed and read entry 3. I say fuck it and take the bus out of the crossroads. I know, right? And then just be doomed for eternity. I thought about that too. But like, we probably know that he's in one of these places. So I'm just gonna go and I'm just okay with this. I'm just gonna be okay with this. Alright, supplemental 3s. If you have requirement 9 and or 12, you may continue reading below. Otherwise, you're detained and then forced to leave, and this encounter ends. Advance the time tracker 1 additional space. Which we have 12, so that's fine. Outside the entrance to the warehouse, inside the entrance to the warehouse, inside the warehouse, there are 2 guys with biceps that reach all the way to Kansas, each holding a flashlight. There are only 6 of you standing in line, but when it finally starts to move, they inspect each member closely. You would think they knew each other by now, but the Rising Star member in front of you tells you that O'Connor is so paranoid, he hires different security staff from time to time. I'm gonna write this. Hedge Pictures is raiding with a party. Oh, thank you for the raid. I can't read much of this because of the cards in the way, apparently. But thank you for the raid. Welcome, Edge Pictures, and welcome, Raiders. I hope you're doing well. We are encroaching on the very end of our journey over here. Let me just reload this. Okay. We're going to the very end right now, and we'll see what happens. Let's see, O'Connor. Mac, maybe? I'm just gonna leave it there. O'Connor is so paranoid, he hires different security staff from time to time. These guys won't be attending. Well, they will be blindfolded. They're just here to check us in, and these guys are active. We have nearly 20 new members last night. It all feels a bit too formal for a closed order. Your heart is beating hard in your chest. It's finally your turn, and you hand them your pendant. They shine a light on it and nod. Roll up your sleeve. One says, shining a light on your face. If you have requirement card 6, read entry 8. If you not have requirement card C, proceed to 12. 6 is one we have, so we're good. Read entry 8. 8. You are ushered inside. The guy in line was not kidding. Looks like at least 80 people are there. Benches lie in rows before the podium. Behind the podium is a large cast iron pit with fire burning. About 10 minutes later, O'Connor is standing in front. He's smiling and shaking his head. This is the night. I can feel it. I can feel something is going to happen this very night. The great olds will awaken upon our beckoning, and tonight we shall have our redemption. They will give us the names of more of our enemies. We can recite chants to destroy them. You feel the nocturne in your pocket. You are going to drink this. You feel the nocturne in your pocket. If you are going to drink it, this would be the time. If you drink the nocturne, if you drink the nocturne, and then if you have the requirement card 1, and enter Dream Arkham, turn to entry 6. Otherwise, you must leave the ritual and also end your investigation, proceeding direct to the questions. We don't have the nocturne, so we don't get to find out what's going on. And then also end your investigation, proceeding directly to the questions. Okay. Okay. I guess that's that. Well, butts. Okay. I guess I feel so defeated. Questions, and like I'm looking at these questions going, I don't know these. Who is the Dark Man supposed to represent? I don't know. I'm it for the moment. We can take a guess at the end if we want. 2. What do you find at the home of Flip Gordon where his parents live? The pendant. Okay, before we start, I'm gonna stop. Maybe we shouldn't have taken that bus. I mean, we probably should have. But if he's like, would you have to take a mulligan on this entire investigation like we did? Would you like to? Kind of. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I feel like I want to. I'm just not sure when I would be able to. I agree. I feel like we ran down, yes, a lot of rabbit holes and trails and never got to the heart of the matter. And I don't understand why. Part of it, though, like, I swear part of it that threw me off was the issues with the typos. What are you doing next Sunday? So next Sunday we were supposed to be doing, I was supposed to be working on creative, which is not a big deal. We can definitely postpone it or do creative on Saturday. So here's how I am with my week this week. I have another meeting with my boss on Tuesday morning. I'm planning, I don't have to be there early or anything like I did the last time. So I'm just gonna have to do a lot of prep stuff tonight and tomorrow mostly tomorrow, tonight if we can, or if I can, but I'm not sure. I haven't even eaten yet. And then we're trying to go to the like state fair thing that's happening. And I don't know if we're going to do it Tuesday or Wednesday night. Because our options are Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So I have no idea what that means for the rest of my week. I just know that I have a meeting on Tuesday with the boss. So Monday is an absolute no. Tuesday is a possibility. Next weekend, I don't have anything planned outside of, I was going to do creative on Sunday. Just to work on, I was hoping to start the shark, like painting him. Yeah, but next weekend is the best spot. I mean, do you guys feel this same way? Like, if anyone here doesn't feel this way, please speak up and tell me your feelings. But I agree, because, like, I think there's a whole lot of details here that we never got to. And I think that I would like to try it again. With as much, like, yeah. I was like, honestly, I was so up and down this time, I'm feeling scattered, so I don't have any opinion one way or another. I'm feeling like if I answer these questions right now, we won't get them. Like, we'll for sure lose. And I would like to know, I would like a second chance, I think. So, I am okay with not looking at the solution and waiting. Because there was, I don't know what exactly happened. Better than we really did. Yeah. And it shouldn't, I'm not sure where it threw, where it got confusing. I needed to like looking through it. I mean, Coffin clearly was one that didn't need to be done. Unvisited Isle was one that didn't need to be done. Those two are... If we're gonna restart, then we should not even look at the questions. So we invest. Yeah, I closed it. I glanced at them and I looked at them and I'm like, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that. And I don't... Is an avatar for... Really? I'm gonna have to look up that Nyarlathotep. Because he's clearly making deals. I'm just not sure that I'm comfortable even following that thing. I'm just... Okay, so... No. Do I want to do that? No. I'm just gonna do this. Because I'm gonna try to... Do I want to do that? Let's move this for a moment. Save. There. For December 29. Draft notes or something. I'm gonna save them like we did last time, but not use them. But I'm curious because I want to like see how much time that would save us too. This one may have been 3, 4, 5. I mean, we could save like 2 days if we don't go talk to randoms. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. I will let you guys know specifically when. But I'm thinking that I agree with you guys, and I want to do well. I would rather do well than just like give up and not have like... We got so far to just fail and not like finish it on an alright... I don't know. I hope you guys feel similarly. I just don't know. I need to not finish that one on that level. Like I wanna be alright with it. I wanna finish strong. And the last one was so good. And I honestly feel like I really like the story of this one. I just was I got distracted. Like I was following the wrong clues. So let's host. That's where I'm at too. Yeah. I don't want to end like this. Yeah. I feel I don't want to go out like that. I just don't. No, I don't like it. So I'm planning on maybe next Sunday. Just same place, same time kind of thing. Let's do some commands for, you guys know I'll put more information up on Discord and Twitter of what my actual week is going. I'll have a better grasp on it by Tuesday. I'll know exactly what's going on in my what I'm actually doing with my week on Tuesday, because if she sets up another meeting and then I have to do more things, I'm just like not, I don't know, I feel a little burnt out on everything. This trying for a promotion thing is exhausting, and doing so much work outside of work is like super throwing me off. I'm not used to that. I like keep my work in my work, and I don't usually have to do it outside of my job. So I'm feeling a little exhausted mentally lately. So after their second meeting, and after I figure out what I'm doing this week with everything, it'll probably be like a better headspace even to just be able to get this done. Let's host